Hello everyone, welcome back to the Python series, and today we're going to be learning about list methods in Python. So let's dive right in. Alright guys, before we jump into list methods, let's do a quick recap. In the last episode, we created a list called fruits which contains the name of some fruits. As you guys can see right here, if we run our code, you'll see that our list gets printed out exactly like this. So here is our list printed out. Now guys, what if we wanted to add more fruits to our list without manually typing them inside these square brackets? That's where the append method or function comes in. Alright guys, now let's learn how to add items to our list using the append method. We'll continue using our fruits list from the previous clip. So let's add a single fruit to our list using the append method. So let's go on a new line right here. And to use our append method, we can simply type fruits.append. And now we can pass in the name of the fruit that we want to add to our list. So we'll have a string as an argument. Let's add the fruit, let's say guava. And now let's save our code. And then if we run it, you'll see guava gets added to our list. Let's try to add some more fruit. So we can type fruits.append, let's say kiwi. And then if we save our code, then we run it, you'll see kiwi gets added to our list. The cool thing about the append method is it only adds one item at a time at the end of our list. And it works with any type of data. You can even append numbers or a mix of items if you want. Let me demonstrate this to you guys. So we can come right here and we can simply write fruits.append, and let's try to append a number, let's say 18. And now let's try to append a Boolean value to our list. So we can type fruits.append, let's say true. And if we save our code and then we run it, you'll see we get different types of data inside of our list, or mixed data types. Alright guys, now what if we wanted to add a fruit at a specific position within our list? To do this, we can use the insert method, but before I dive into it, let me remind you guys about indexes. So guys, in a list, each item has a position. This is known as an index or index position. So here is how this really works. So starting with the first item within our list, which is apple, we start counting from 0. So 0 would be our first index or index position. The second item in our list would be at position 1, cherry would be at position 2, mango would be at position 3, and so on. So continuing with our append function or method, guava would be at position 4, kiwi would be at position 5, and so on if more items were added to the list. Now guys, notice for our indexes we are counting starting from 0. This is known as zero-based indexing. Now suppose we wanted to add orange between banana and cherry. To do this, we can use the insert method. So let's use the insert method to do this. So let's go on a new line right here, and we can simply write fruits.insert. And now the insert method, guys, it accepts two arguments. First, the index that we want to insert the item in, and then the item that we want to insert. So we want to insert orange in between banana and cherry. That means orange will need to come at position 2. So inside of our insert method right here, we can simply write 2, and then we can add a comma for the next argument. And then we want to add orange. So we just type orange as a string right there. And now if we save our code and then we run it, you'll see orange goes in between banana and cherry inside of our list. And that is the insert method, guys. Now let me do one more example with the insert method, guys. So let's say we wanted to add another fruit right before apple. To do this, we can just go right here. We could write fruits.insert. And now we get the index position of apple. In this case, it is 0. So we type 0 for our index and then the name of the fruit that we want to add. So let's say we want to add, let's say pineapple. And if we save our code and then we run it, you'll see pineapple goes right before our fruit apple. And that is how the insert method works, guys. It allows us to insert at a specific position. So guys, that is the main difference between the append method and the insert method. The append method always places an item at the end of the list, while the insert method places an item at a particular position in the list. Alright guys, what if we wanted to add multiple items at once to our list? That is where the extend method comes in. So let me demonstrate the extend method. So we can go on a new line and we can type fruits.extend. And now the extend method accepts an argument, which is a list. So we can pass in a list, which is these squared brackets, and now we can just type the names of some fruits we want to add to our list. So let's type watermelon, and let's say grape, and then let's say blueberry. And if we save our code and then we run it, you'll see watermelon, grape, and blueberry gets added to the end of our list. And that is the extend method, guys. It allows us to add multiple items to the end of our list. Alright guys, now that we know how to add items to a list, let's learn how to remove items from a list. The first method we'll cover is the remove method. So let's say we wanted to remove the item banana from our list. To do this, we can simply go on a new line and we can type fruits.remove, and then we can pass in a string as an argument, and we can simply write banana inside of our string. And if we save our code and then we run it, you'll see banana gets removed from our list. This is before and this is after. Let me give you guys another example. Let's say we wanted to remove cherry from our list. We simply go down here, we can type fruits.remove, and now we can pass the string cherry as an argument, or the name of the item. And if we save our code, then we run it, you'll see cherry gets removed from the list. Notice up here, before, cherry was in the list, now after, cherry is now no longer inside of the list. Now guys, a couple of things to note about the remove method is that it only removes the first occurrence of an item inside of the list. If an item is not present inside of the list, Python will give an error. Let me give you guys an example. So if I tried to do fruits.remove, let's say I tried to remove a number from the list, let's say 18. And if I save the code, then I run it, you'll see Python will give us an error because the number 18 was not present inside of the list. Let's say I added the item 18 to the list, then I save the code, then I run it, you'll see 18 gets removed and there is no longer any error inside of our code. So we can remove this now. Now let me prove to you guys about the duplicate situation. Let's say I add another occurrence of cherry to our list, then I save the code, then I run it. you'll notice that, wait, let me get rid of this remove 18 right here. Then I save the code, then I run it. You'll notice that cherry is still present in the list. It only removed the first occurrence from the list. So that is how the remove method works, guys. It removes a particular item from our list. Alright guys, the next method we're going to learn is the pop method. Unlike the remove method, which removes an item by its value, the pop method removes an item by its index position. So let's say we wanted to remove the item orange from our list using the pop method. To do this, we first have to find the index position of the fruit orange. So pineapple is at index 0, apple is at index 1, orange is at index 2. So right here, we'll simply go down here and we'll type fruits.pop and then the index, which is 2 for orange. And now if we save our code, then we run it, you'll see orange gets removed from our list. So this was before and this is after. Let's try do fruits.pop 0, which would be for pineapple. So let's do that. So if we do fruits.pop 0 and then we save our code, then we run it, you'll see pineapple gets removed. And if when we did fruits.pop 2, orange got removed from our list. So that is the pop method. It allows us to remove an item based on its index position. Now guys, a few things to note about the pop method is that if you don't specify an argument, it will remove the last item in the list. Let me prove this to you guys. So if we type fruits.pop and then we just save our code, then we run it, you'll realize blueberry gets removed from the end of our list. Another thing to note about the pop method, guys, is that it returns the item that was removed from the list, which you can store in a variable if you want. Let me prove this to you guys. So let's create a variable. Let's call it removed item, and then we'll set it equal to fruits.pop. And if we save our code, and now let's try to print out the removed item. So we can do print removed item, and then we could say comma removed item variable, and then if we save our code, then we run it, you'll see it says it removed item grape. So those are the few things to note about the pop method. Alright guys, the last method that we'll cover for removing items is clear. This one is super simple but very powerful. It removes all items from the list and leaves it empty. So let me demonstrate it to you guys. So we can simply go on a new line right here and we can just write fruits.clear. And now if we save our code, then we run it, you'll see our list is now completely empty. And that is the clear method. Alright guys, we just covered some of the most common list methods in Python. Now there's a lot more methods that we can use, guys. You can literally just search on the web and you'll find a lot more methods that we can use. I encourage you guys to experiment so that you can master each one of these methods. Alright guys, that is it. I hope you all learned something new. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next episode.